on the techniques aspect of it, like I say, nothing should be dismissed, but we need to subordinate some of the technique as we go into the gesture. And sometimes we have to pull back into the structure again if it falls apart. But that's where my three ideas of hell come into things. So my first idea of hell is structural hell. Getting stuck in there so long that your drawing becomes stiff beyond repair. And you can also be in gestural hell, where you're so gestural that your drawing starts to look wonky, wobbly, and basically look like it's falling apart. And so, but that's the best hell to be in, because it'll always look lively, regardless. The worst hell of all is render hell, where you draw every single thing you see, and you end up with a drawing that looks like a wonky photograph, because you'll never get that perfection unless you trace it. And even when you do trace it, and I see these drawings traced all the time, you'll see the camera distortion, because as you're tracing a photo, you're tracing the imperfections of the photo too. So for me, that's the worst hell. And the most depressing drawing I can think of is a drawing that's been traced from a photo and rendered exactly as it was seen, because all of the artist's input is gone. You just got an artisan now, technician. And so for me, and I was that person once, so I know, and I'm not just talking about one thing I do and everything else has got to be dismissed. I did this. I was a photorealist, and I was very unhappy with it. And one day I just got to a wall in my life where I was so unhappy yet very successful at being a photorealist, that I had to ask myself, why am I unhappy? And the reason I was unhappy was because I no longer had any expression in my work. My work had no expression to it at all. It was just a copy of a photo, and it made me very sad. And so I ended up just totally rebelling against it altogether, and used the skills I had to branch out into a more expressive idea of art, which was to draw the way I wanted to. And basically, the difference between photorealism and expressionism is that with expressive drawings you take things out. With photorealism you leave everything in. And so for me, the beauty in art is what an artist leaves out and not what he puts in. So you might want to try the experiment. How much can you take out and still have the drawing read? So I do a lot of gesture drawings, and I often give myself that challenge. How little can I draw and still make this read as a figure? And you get some of the most beautiful drawings you'll get that way.